been such a fire weekend. Wow. We've been to a lot of conferences, but this one was special. This one was good. Yes. You ready? All right. Hey guys, it was so special because
Have a seat. Thank you.
yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. You're
We appreciate the love. So it was such an honor to be brought up by our uplines. Thank you.
Yes.
Brought up by our uplines, Joy and Vandana. That was so special. That was our upline, and that is our upline, and it is incredible. It's like a dream come true for us. So yeah, we're Hitesh and Paochu Sama. We're from Atlanta, Georgia. We're from here. It's our city. Welcome to Atlanta. All right. Yeah. So my background was in real estate. Paul was a pharmacist.
We have two beautiful kids.
Yes.
They're 5 and 6. Six and 7. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna pass it over to Pyle to kick us off. Doesn't she look amazing?
Thank you.
And yeah. So let's. I can't wait to hear from you. So
Awesome.
Let's have
So
fun.
today we're going to talk about goal setting, game planning, and creating momentum. So Hitesh and I have been coming to these conferences for over a decade now. And I remember when I started this business, coming to these conferences, and I would get my cup filled and I would get super excited and motivated. But what I found was when I went back home, my motivation would start to dwindle every single day. And by the time Thursday rolled around, what conference, right? And I went back to how things were. How many can relate? Maybe you've been there, maybe not. So it's not to take anything away from the impact of the conference. It's not that I didn't take notes. I took tons of notes. But it's because I failed to do the one most important thing that I believe everyone should do coming out of a conference. And that is setting a goal, building a game plan, and executing the game plan. So coming out of this conference, I urge every single one of you to turn your notes into action, because the true test of learning is application, right? So you want to set some goals for yourself. So the first thing that you want to do when you get home, or even before you leave the conference, the challenge is before you leave here tonight, at some point you want to write down, some goals. So so they say that people who write down and read their goals every day and have someone to hold them accountable for their goals are 80% more likely to reach their goals than those who don't do any of these three things. So setting your goals is really the bridge between your dreams and your reality. So the first thing that you want to do when you get home is you want to think about your 12-month goal. So the Amway fiscal year starts in September 2025, right? So where do you want to be in business this time next year? You want to be very, very specific with your goals. How many legs do you want to have? How many people do you want in your team? What do you want the structure to look like? And then right next to that, I want you to write down why that goal is important to you. Why hitting that goal? What would that mean to you? And if that goal doesn't mean a lot to you, then maybe zoom out a little bit more. This business is all about zooming out and figuring out your why, right? Your 3 to 5 year goals. Write them down. And why do you want to hit those goals? We all got started in this business for a reason, right? You want to make your goals as emotional as possible. Two people can have the same exact goal, but have completely different reasons. Let's say if you have a goal to lose 50 pounds. For one person, it could be because they want to look good on the beach. And for the next person, it could be because if they don't lose those 50 pounds, in 6 months, they're going to die from a heart attack. So same goal, but completely different why, right? So you want to make your goal as emotional as possible so that you're motivated to work on it. And I also encourage you to set goals in different areas of your life that are important to you. So how about health? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. What about personal development goals? How do you want to show up in your relationships as a leader? What are some things that you need personal growth in? How about finances? Do you have debt that you need to pay off? How much money would you like to make? How much do you want to save? And your goal should not come easy to you. It should not be something that you can just hit in your comfort zone, right? The point of goals is not necessarily to hit it, but to give you focus and direction. For Hitesh and I, we've missed every goal that we've ever set. But we're not mad, because if we hadn't set those goals and if we didn't try to accomplish them, we would not be standing here today. We would not even be close. So the next thing is game planning. Once you figure out, okay, well, this is my goal, now you want to sit down with your coach, your mentor, upline, and do a game planning session. And I would say you game planning as often as your upline will allow you to. It could be monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, but it should be a set time in your calendar and on their calendar. And you want to have a lot of unity, submission, mastermind alliance with your upline, because the more frequently you game plan, the more you can figure out what works, what doesn't work, and they can allow your uplines to hold you accountable when it comes to your progress against your goals, right? Like, let them hold them accountable to your goals and your values. So when it comes to your 12-month goals, you want to reverse engineer, and you want to break it down into bite-sized chunks. So a year has 4 quarters. So in a 90-day chunk, what do you need to accomplish to be on track for your 1-year goal, right? And then your 90-day goal needs to be broken down into 30-day goals. What do you need to accomplish in a month to be on track for your 3-month goals? And then your monthly goals need to be divided into weekly goals. And then make sure your work ethic matches your goal, right? If your goal is to have 1 launch, you can't just make 1 contact. So, and then the most important is your daily work ethic goal, like that standard I think someone was talking about earlier, that minimum standard. What are you willing to do every single day? And I think this is where most people drop the ball, because setting goals is easy. Anybody can do it. But achieving your goal is going to require you to follow through with what you agree to do every single day. And, a lot of people, they have things to-do list, right, that keep them busy, but do you have a habits to-do list that keep you productive? Don't get so hung up on just trying to meet the urgencies of life. A lot of people just try to do things that are urgent rather than focusing on things that are important. Because the things that your urgencies in life are loud, they're noisy, they require your attention, they demand your attention, while things that are important, they're just in the background, quietly waiting for you to realize their significance. So, a great question to ask yourself is, what I did today, if I multiplied that by 3 months, would I reach my 3-month goal? What I did today, the work ethic that I did today, if I did times that by 12 months, would I reach my 12-month goal? Right? If someone followed you all week long, would they believe that you're serious about your goals? So a really good technique hack, I guess, that we have is we turn our daily work ethic into our self-talk. So and we read it out every day, right? Like, I'm a winner, overcomer, I do hard things, I don't give up, I do the right things, I have conversations everywhere I go, I'm a people magnet, I love everybody loves me, I'm confident, I'm bold, told, and sold, I get a contact every single day. And as you speak these goals over and over again to yourself, it's a constant reminder to yourself, to your conscious and subconscious mind, what's really important, despite how you may be feeling in that moment. And this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to turn it over to Hitesh. And I read this, and this is a game changer for me, and I hope it is for you. The best version of yourself is not a future version, but a daily choice. Yeah, we all imagine ourselves as our best versions in the future, but we not realizing that we're not just going to magically have that best version of us if we don't show up and be the best versions every single day, right? So we all have the power within us of making our dreams come true, guys. You just have to set goals, set an action plan, and follow through with it. So with that, over to Hitesh.
That was awesome. Okay, so we gotta fly. So first thing, I'm just gonna run through these really quick. So we're talking about goal setting, game planning, creating momentum. So the next thing I want to talk about is obstacles and distractions. So you want to write down all the things that are distractions or obstacles or things that are slowing you down. And there's positive and negative distractions. It could be, I mean, there's all kinds of things. And a distraction is just something that doesn't move you towards your goal. It doesn't have to be something bad, right? Like family is not bad, right? Or like being active, maybe it could be your job. It could be the gym. It could be, it could be anything that's not moving you towards your goal at the rate that you would want to get there. So identify what it is. Some people just say, "Oh, I'm not motivated. I'm lazy." Okay, maybe you have a lack of vision. So figure out what is stopping you and preventing you from performing and succeeding. All right, rate yourself on the 9 core steps on a weekly basis. So just to kind of put a few together. First one is core before noon. How are you in that department? Retail, do you have 20 customers? You want to legitimize your business. So people say, I can't do my ditto because I don't have any money. No, you're an entrepreneur. It's like owning a restaurant and eating all the food at the restaurant. Like you have to have customers. So you need 20 customers, okay? And that might not happen today, but over the next few months, that should be your target. So if you can learn how to do 300 PV yourself, 600 PV yourself with 20 customers, can you teach that to your organization? How'd you like to have everybody doing their ditto and they do 300 PV? No problem, because they have 20 customers, right? Okay, so attending all associations, anything that you're qualified for, you're at. Being mentorable and coachable, right? If it's going to be very hard to succeed if you're not mentorable and coachable. 2 to 3 meet and greets a week. Okay, what stops people from following through on their game plan? Lack of vision. So work on your dreams, work on your goals, work on what do you want in your life? Some people, they come and they say, oh, well, I don't know what my why is. Well, you have a bigger problem than this business and this opportunity. You don't know what your dream is for your life? You don't know what your goals are for your life? Are you serious? You really need to think about it. Really need to think about what you want in your life. What do you want to accomplish? How you want to live? It's bigger than this opportunity. Distraction, we talked about that. Lack of clarity of your goal and how to accomplish it. So you have to sit down and make sure you're crystal clear on how to accomplish your goal. Okay, not creating consequences when you don't follow through. Pain is a much stronger motivator than pleasure or goals or something to that effect. Earn normal things in your life. So you can take regular things that you do, like, and there's different things that people do in our team. Like you could earn your dinner or earn your coffee every morning or your gym time, your TV time, social media time, buying clothes, right? If you like to buy clothes, all the women out there, okay? Shoes, okay, you got, all right. So you can, okay. So creating momentum. Let's talk about creating momentum really quick. So motion creates momentum. How do you create momentum? You move. Focus on progress, not perfection. Work on developing a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. It's, can you get a little bit better every single day? Imperfect action consistently. So you don't have to be perfect at it. You just have to start. You just have to go and show up every single day. A person that tries to get research everything about the gym and all the workouts and stuff, and then they do one workout versus somebody that just shows up every single day. They don't even know what they're doing. That's how, I was gonna say that's how I started, but you don't want to look at me for that. But okay, so just showing up every single day, eventually you're gonna get it. You're gonna get the hang of it. So imperfect action, consistency over intensity. So just being consistent. Consistency is the name of the game. Create wins early. So build wins quickly for yourself and your team. So go out, get a customer. Go have some conversations, right? Start to have these little wins for yourself. Go out and have 5 conversations, right? Go have them today. You can talk to people in this room. Have 5 conversations. Get 5 facts from somebody. That's a conversation. Okay? You got to work on the skill sets. It's going to make you feel better. You're going to have a conversation. You're going to say, wow, I feel much better. Yeah, that's what we're trying to tell you. Okay? All right, so doing hard things. don't do easy things. Our society teaches us to do easy things. Whenever things are hard, our society says, hey, oh, it's too hard. You should take it easy. You should relax. Maybe it's not meant to be. No, I challenge you to do hard things every day. Challenge yourself every day. You'll get better every single day as you do hard things. So you want to push yourself mentally. That's how you get better. That's how you get stronger. Lead by example. Be the prototype that you want in the team. Your team is a reflection of you. It's like a mirror. So what kind of team do you want to have? So whatever team that you want to have, that's how you behave. So you come early. You stay late. You're enthusiastic. You're excited. You're motivated, right? You're a solution seeker, right? You're positive. You're upbeat. You're an encourager. Right? What kind of team do you want to have? Your team is going to look just like you, just like our children behave and act like us. These are like, your team is going to be like your business kids. So you want to be a good example of what you want on your team. You're the momentum starter. Can you be the heat without your upline? My upline used to tell me early on, Rajesh used to tell me early on, he said, hey, you got to get to a point, Hitesh, where no matter what happens, even if I quit, even if all your uplines quit, you'll still build this business. It used to make me sad, but I see it now in our organization. People will quit. Your upline will quit. People will quit. That's okay. It's all good. You got to get to a point. It doesn't matter who quits, who stays. You're gonna hang in there. You're gonna go after it. Equanimity, creating emotional stability, pouring into yourself, building yourself up every single day. Reading more, listening more. Yeah, you might start as an emotional, you might be an emotional yo-yo, that's okay. But work on building that emotional inner strength within yourself. We didn't start like this. I was very scared. I was very shy. I was very timid. I couldn't talk in front of anybody. I couldn't meet people. It's incredible but the desire was there. I didn't want to stay that way. I didn't want to stay scared. I don't want to stay shy. I don't want to stay like that for the rest of my life. You want to be scared for the rest of your life? Those of you that are like, oh, I'm just scared of having conversations. You want to stay like that for the rest of your life? Afraid of everybody? Afraid of everything? What kind of quality of life are you going to have? That used to bother me. I used to be in high school and I'd be like, look at other people that are so confident, all the football players and all the cheerleaders and everybody. And I'm like, man, maybe in another life, maybe I'll come back and I'll be one of these guys. And now I have a bunch of those in my team, right? I mean, it's incredible. It's like, so you could change that. You could change that about yourself. Just like you can change yourself physically, you could change yourself mentally. You could change yourself mentally, right? That's what we love about this opportunity. Okay, wrapping this up. So mental momentum precedes physical momentum, and personal momentum creates group momentum. So you're not going to do much if you're not mentally motivated. And your team is going to do half of whatever you do. Half of what you do. They'll do half the work you do. They'll have half the legs you have. Half. They'll do half the PV you do. They'll read and listen half as much as you. So if you know the formula to that, what should you do? Double up. That's it. There you go. Okay, results. Be okay with going a while without seeing results. The work ethic is the result. Your work ethic is your result. So most people think like, oh, launching a leg is my result, or going 3-6 or whatever it is, that's my result. No, your result should be a work ethic, a work habit. 10 meet and greets a month. All the leadership will agree. 10 meet and greets a month. That is the result that you're after, right? Not, oh, did you launch somebody? Right? You shouldn't be mad. Oh, I didn't launch anybody. I didn't hit my goals. I lost people coming to this conference. No, you should be upset when you hit 8 meet and greets a month. That's when you should be upset. You should beat yourself up when you hit 8 meet and greets a month. That's what I want to see. That's how you win. Because if you're focused on the work habit and that's your result, eventually the results will come no matter what. Positive inputs, core run, getting around the bigger team. Like getting around this environment. How many of you are excited today being at this event? It is the energy in the room is electrifying. Right? You're rubbing shoulders, you're literally rubbing shoulders. You're so close to everybody else. You're breathing the same air. They're breathing out, you're breathing in. You're like, yeah, I love it. Right? You're fired up. People are telling me yesterday, I can run through a wall. Okay, all right, I get it. I get it. So the next conference is in 6 months. So you got to get around. It's proximity. You have to get around the heat. So get around your upline. Get around smaller events where you can get small doses of this energy. Okay? And this is not going to be a cakewalk. This is not going to be easy, right? 1/3 to 2/3 of you that are apprentices are not going to make it to the next conference. You're not. I know you're excited today, but I challenge you. I challenge you to come back at the next conference and come to me and say, hey, I made it back. Because then I know you're serious. Otherwise, great. We're going to have another apprentice sitting in your chair next time. All right. With that, we're done. Back to our host.
For the calendar year 2024, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IB